Let's talk about the condition of the bathroom there at the fucking Winchester Horror House. So the wall around the tub was fucking falling apart. It was like, I don't know what the fuck it was. It almost looked like it was made out of fucking cardboard paper. It's like these fake tiles. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like one big sheet of press board, and it's supposed to look like tiles. Well, that was all fucking falling apart and shit and fucked up. The ceramic tiles were almost all popped up on the floor. The walls hadn't been painted in so long. I actually painted the inside of that, but I was pregnant, so I couldn't cut in. I just rolled it out. And then I dragged a carpet remnant up there so I could make it fucking livable, you know? I was nesting. I shouldn't have been doing that shit when I was pregnant. I dragged that fucking whole roll up there by myself. But no one else is going to fucking help me, you know? And gave my dad my couch. I had a nice couch from my apartment. Gave him that because he still had the same fucking couch in there. And it was over 20 years old. Oh my God, it was fucking, that was my bed too, that fucking old ass fucking love seat. So I gave him my couch and brought my dresser in there, which was a nice one. It was a really nice piece that I had I bought from someone else. A solid oak dresser. I ended up leaving there for him. It was too heavy to fucking carry back down, you know. I had guys helping me bring it up. But there was no way I was carrying that motherfucker down the stairs. Anyway, the carpet was never replaced, ever. For decades. It was the same green sculptured carpeting, you know, from the late 60s and early 70s. The tile in the kitchen was never replaced, and that was industrial tiles that looked like shit. Metal cabinets, painted horrible dated colors and fucking rusting on the inside. The back stairs you could not use them. They were in such disrepair. Which is a fire fucking hazard. And she didn't rope it off or anything, so, you know, God forbid a fucking neighborhood kid's fucking around on your stairs, you know? So she didn't even bother none of them did, to rope that off so no kid would get hurt, because they don't give a fuck about anybody. The roof literally had holes in it where rodents were getting in and just fucking breeding like crazy. The siding was this putrid mustard yellow vinyl siding. Looked like absolute fucking shit. It was never power washed. It was fucking dirty, old ass fucking siding. That was one of the worst experiences of my life, and I've had many. They deliberately went out of their way. I did nothing to them. I didn't do anything to them to deserve this fucking behavior. It's so upsetting thinking about it. Because when I went there, I thought, oh, finally, I'm going to live a life in a non-abusive situation. And it was just all psychological abuse. You know, I remember being a freshman in high school, and my dad was called to the school, and they asked him, do you even care about her? Do you care about her at all? And he got I've never seen him act this way. He was shaking. I've never seen him like that. He was so nervous, he was stuttering. He's like, oh, fuck, I got caught. No one was supposed to know the way I was treating her. So they would go around and say that I didn't care about my father. They went around and fucking told everybody all this terrible shit about me. Oh, she's on drugs. I was smoking weed, okay? I don't think that makes a teenager a monster. Oh, she's on all kinds of drugs and she doesn't care about anybody. And all I did was want to love them and be part of that family. And the girls were all worried because I was pretty. They cried. They cried when I moved in because they were afraid. I didn't even fucking hardly know them, at that point. But they were all worried that potential husbands would find me attractive, take the attention away from them. And then what happened, the incident with Nick, after that, I felt completely fucking hopeless there. I didn't know what to do. So I just tried to not be there as much as possible. And thank God I had a lot of friends. They had hardly any friends, too, these girls. But I had a lot of friends. And that bothered them, too. They had very few friends. So I just stayed out of there as much as I could. But after that, he would harass me. He didn't live there long after that. And he would fucking harass me regularly, slip notes under the door and stuff. And one time he called the police because I got in this short argument with my boyfriend, then he left. And he called the police and said that we broke the banister. Well, the banister in the hallway had been broken. So he lied. And we're standing outside on the porch. It's me, him, and Blue Island police officer. And he called me a fucking slut or something. And I fucking was like, oh, fucking hot to loogie right in his fucking face. And he's bitching at the cop. Arrest her, that's battery. The cop's like, I'm not fucking arresting her. You deserve that shit. That was awesome. He was so mad. He was trying to get me to hit him or do something so he could have me arrested. Because he didn't like the fact that I had a fucking boyfriend, and he certainly didn't like the fact that I had a boyfriend in that house. Because he's a psycho. So, yeah, that was fucking glorious. And the cop's like, fuck this. I'm going to fucking, leave her the fuck alone. The cop told her. Told him. Told Nick. And left. And there was one time I had this cat named Kitty. She was a gray, long-haired domestic tabby cat. He knocked on my door one day and told me, "Oh, your cat's dead in between the door in between the buildings," and he had a smile on his face. I think she was poisoned, he said. And I fucking bawled my eyes out. And he fucking had a smirk on his face. He probably killed her. So, yeah, that's all I want to say about that for now. I'll get more into it on other videos, but it's upsetting when I relive that shit.